Did you know bicycles were vehicles, just like cars and trucks?
You talk to kids in schools, give safety tips, and the crashes continue to rise. You put on bike rodeos, explain the laws to everybody, and the crashes continue to rise. Now, obviously, education helps, everything helps, but the study again proved what you see every day for yourself. That even after bike riders know the rules of the road, they're going to violate them anyway because that's the way it's always been. The public in general permits it, and you permit it. Now, the state of Florida, based on the findings of the studies, can no longer in good conscience permit bike violations for the sole reason that it's directly related to this, and this is unacceptable. It's obvious that just as with pedestrians and cars, enforcement is still the only known effective means to stop accidents, and unless a person really believes there's still no problem, there is no other choice. However, just as bikes are not cars and children are not adults, it's also obvious that any enforcement program has to reflect those differences. You are aware that parents, not you, possess the only real influence over that child. You make the stop, talk about the violation, maybe give a warning or write a ticket. This is the area that law enforcement policies come into effect as to how the officer legally handles the offender. All this so they can understand in order to help. So that everybody can understand, of course, takes a campaign. The Florida Bicycle Association has created and implemented program materials, lots of them. The Florida Bicycle Law Enforcement Guide, the Florida Bicycling Street Smarts Riding Guide, the Florida Bicycle Messenger, and video and print media educational tools working to inform and educate, and that is just a beginning. Bike Florida is educating people through events such as their week-long bicycle touring ride and the Share the Road Rally and Summit. Revenue from these events supports the Florida Traffic and Bicycle Safety Education Program that teaches young cyclists how to be confident and predictable in traffic. Their regional training program focuses on training teachers at the local level to deliver traffic safety education to their students. Proceeds from the Share the Road Specialty License Plate are funding education and awareness programs for bicycle and motorist safety with emphasis on sharing the roadway by all users. An example of one of these programs is the Bike and Peds Driver's Ed video and manual. All this added up over time will help. And there are news releases explaining what's going to happen and why. Bike rodeos for sure, for bike training. Bike safety in schools for sure. But straight talk at all levels because even children have a right to know there's a good reason to be aware and alert in traffic. For the parents, TV ads and radio spots show clearly what's wrong, how it got this way, and what now has to be done. Public service programming, lectures, group discussions, all explaining not only the facts but also some of the thoughts of an officer in all this. These children are our future drivers, and this behavior, already unacceptable, will continue right into that first automobile. Adult bicyclists also need to know the rules of the road apply to them, just like other roadway users. Kids are watching them break the laws, risk injury, and in turn do the same risky acts. There are all kinds of reasons why an officer doesn't like giving a child a ticket, or any bicyclist a ticket, just as no one likes getting one. But the world's changed, you know it, the public is getting to know it, and in Florida, the bike riders are going to know it for their own safety. Unless, of course, the one person who's in a position to do something about crashes decides to go right on by.
The only way to prevent scenes like this is with your intervention. Just don't ride on by.